Yes, people, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. As always, make sure that you lot are smash up the likes. Make sure that you lot are subbing to the channel. Make sure that you're following all the man them ads. Andrew, AJ's gonna be here soon as well. Unfortunately, Rob's not gonna be here today, people. this guy's probably gonna get crashed today, but he told me that he's quite busy with work. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But it's very, very unlikely that he'll be here today. I think everyone else is busy, so we'll keep it moving. But yeah, we've got over 85 people here. Big up rants for the raid every single time. So I'll quickly go through the chat before I go to the man. Then you've got man like Peer here, as always. Big yourself up. Say hey, big yourself up, man. Nehemiah, big yourself up, my bro, every single time. As TTM says, big up the chat, man. But man, then, what you lot saying first of all? As let me come straight to you, bro. What are you saying, man?
I'm good. Life's doing all right. My weekend was a long one, but then Chelsea decided to make it longer, innit? So that was just jarring, and I was not expecting that. So we'll get into it, but all in all, man, it's good to be here to at least get the Chelsea therapy out of the way, innit, man. So we're here.
Facts, bro. How about you, Andrew? How you feeling, bro?
Yeah, same as ads, really. You know, you get to, you're fine for 92. Well, you're okay for 92.5 minutes, and then these bozos show up. You know what I mean? That's what happens. You know what I mean? And then it's like, you know, as much as I laughed at Spurs getting closer to a relegation battle. I'm going to miss those guaranteed 6 points a season if they go down. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, it's like, it's one of those. So, you know, it's and then the Forest result as well, and Liverpool getting that last minute effing winner, right? It's like, no.
Honestly, it was just a bad weekend. It was just a bad weekend for us, man. Because Liverpool, I watched that game. Did you man watch it?
Yeah,
I caught the highlights, but I heard they were awful.
Bro, for the most part, they didn't really create anything. They had like one chance from Ekatike, missed his header again. You know what I mean? But overall, it was a game where a draw would have probably been a fair result. Forest did all right, but then defensively, Liverpool did all right as well. Like there was a lot of blocks in the game. And then last minute, Rio came on and he changed it for them, bro. He changed it. It was there for like, what, 15 minutes? And he had more completed take-ons than both Salah and Gakpo. You know what I mean? More chances created than both of them as well, blood. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, he changed the game for them. AJ, you there, bro?
You have an impact up from the bench. Good for them. Wonder what that feels like.
He should have stayed, man. He should have stayed because by now, he would have been playing. He would have definitely been playing. Our left-hand side is cooked. Cooked, bruv. We saying, AJ, man, it's been a sec. You good, bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big up the man, them. Big up the chat. Yo, I'm here, bro. You know, I'm watching the fuckery going on, just like y'all. But I'm here, bro. I'm here to talk about it.
Taking the piss for real, man. We're going to talk about that, people, because honestly, even now, I still feel disgusted, man. And I'll be real. I keep saying this. As a Chelsea fan, I'm annoyed we dropped the points. But as a football man, they deserved it.
Yep.
Yeah? Not everyone, but guys like Palmer deserved it. Guys like Gusto deserved it. You know what I mean? These guys were taking the piss. But before we go through the show, people, make sure that you're checking out Jersey FC Soccer Shop every single time. Don CFC for 20% off, people. Make sure that you're checking them out. As you can see, all the tops that are on there, people, they're on the website. But if you're not a Chelsea fan, they still have other tops from your team as well. So make sure that you're checking them out. But let me come straight to you, Ads, first of all, yeah, because, listen, I went live with Alexis yesterday. People probably know my take if they tuned into that show and obviously from the review that I put out as well. And I'm just really, really disappointed with how that game played out, man, because it's a game where, you know, we're at home against Burnley. Yes, our home record hasn't been great. Yes, we've dropped 19 points now, you know, from winning positions, which isn't good. But the way I'm watching us playing at the minute, the way that we're creating chances, the way that we're breaking down these low blocks, the way that our midfield is playing, away from the set pieces, we're not really conceding many goals in open play as well. I'm thinking, you know what? We're going to win this game by minimum 3 goals. Because I predicted 3-1. Yeah? But I'm not predicting any clean sheets with Chelsea right now because we just can't defend corners at the minute. We are really, really bad at defending corners at the moment, bro. Right? But the game went exactly how I expected it to go in terms of, you know, the areas that we was getting into, but we just kept breaking down our attacks. The game couldn't have started any... Bro, it was perfect. It was a perfect start. Caicedo through ball to Neto. Neto across the box to João Pedro. Early in the game, Ads. And that's why I'm looking at it now thinking, yo, let's build on this man then. Get the job done quickly. You start to take off João Pedro. You start to take off the likes of Palmer. You bring guys on for at least half an hour to give these guys rest before we play Arsenal, right? Because you're looking at the bench. You've only got Shirley there. You've only got Guiu and Delap. That's our attack. no Estefan, no Gittins, no Derry, right? So the 11 that we had, they had to make sure they done the business because we had no real game changers on the bench. But unfortunately, these guys were not serious, bro. Palmer, time and time again, getting in key areas, messing up. Chances, messing them up, right? Gusto, yes, you created a very good chance for Palmer shortly before you fucked about. But why are you trying to do another no-look cross when we're only one goal up, right? Bro. When I did my preview ads before you come in, when I did my preview on Friday with Joe, big up Joe, is a Burnley fan, right? I literally put in the title, Chelsea must deal with Burnley professionally, bro. Yeah, and that is something that we didn't do. We were so unprofessional in this game, and I'm so disappointed with that performance. So disappointed, man.
Yeah.
What was your take of the game, bro?
My take of the game was that was pretty much just the perfect way to encapsulate everything wrong with Chelsea this season. Like top to bottom, it was just a disgrace. Honestly, embarrassed, and I feel that's the worst that I felt coming away from a game because going into the game, I predicted 4-0. I was like confident. I was happy with how we played against Leeds. Obviously, we bottled the Leeds game, but in terms of our football, that was probably the best we looked on the receiving for an hour. So I was optimistic going into this. You know, that slip up was fine; it can happen, but especially with this team, they usually react after a poor, result. And we reacted for 10 minutes. For 10 minutes, we looked great. We scored a great goal. We're playing quick, and it's like, okay, cool. I'm excited by what I'm seeing. But for whatever reason, we just decided to go back to playing in gear one for most of the game, and it didn't make sense to me. And again, I have so much frustrations about the team, the squad, the management. Again, if you look at the bench, and obviously the options coming off the bench, it's not great. But again, I'm not going to talk about the owners and that for this game because again, it's Burnley at home. No matter who's there, as long as you got 11 players that are fit for Chelsea Football Club, we should be beating Burnley and handling them as well. And bro, like I couldn't understand the tactics of why we were playing so reserved. Again, I was saying it in the chat during the game. Like, why are we just constantly passing it around the back for no reason? It looked like we were playing an away game in Europe and we were trying to silence the crowd, bro. Like it didn't make sense. Like we're at home against Burnley, and all the talk about this manager and how we want to play is, we want to be electric. We want to get the fans off their feet and off their seats. So why were we playing so reserved? It didn't make sense to me. But as much as I want to talk about the manager and the tactics, because for me, I was frustrated by that. I can't ignore the players once again bottling it, bro. Again, I didn't plan this shirt, but shout out to Tyrese, bro. Them players choked, bro. They choked. Cole Palmer in front of goal. Man choked. Fofana once again. And again, I'm going to talk to you here, Don, bro, because you did a show with Mel the other day. And obviously, big up yourself and Mel. It was a good show. But I told you, man, like, I want Fofana gone in the summer, bro. And I was saying that you guys were saying, oh, I'm harsh. Give him time. And I am going to give him till the end of the season. But my thing is, he's not better than the rest of the man. I'll be real. Because people have, slander names for Booty Yeshua and, Disaster. And I don't know what they call Tosin, but they're always calling Tosin shit. But honestly, for Fofana, that's a good one. That's a good one. But honestly, you know what? The chat can help me up here. Give me the Fofana slander name, bro, because he needs one just like them. Because I agree, he's better than them, man. But he's on the same level. He's just as untrustworthy in terms of fitness. And even when he's fit, he has moments like this where he costs us, bro. Because I don't forget Napoli when he let Højlund dunk on him. And he let that next brother do a flipping Cruyff turn on him. Like all that stuff happening with Fofana. He's meant to be a reliable, trustworthy centre back. So all in all, I'm pissed off again because we're losing ground in this top 5 race again. And for me, I'm at a point now where I'm actually concerned that we might not catch Villa. Because I'm already thinking that, United, 1 game a week, they might have it over us. Liverpool, even though they were lucky against Forest, given their quality, they might have it over us. But honestly, looking how we're playing right now, we might not even catch Villa. And that, for me, is a complete and utter disgrace, bro.
That's a good point that you make there. And before we even go into that, because that's a whole segment in itself in terms of like actually making top 4. But let's stick on the game for now, AJ. And I'll come to you, right? Because there's someone in the chat, big yourself up, bro, yeah, that's left a comment here about Palmer. Because for me, AJ, he was the biggest criminal. I thought Neto had a good game. I thought he didn't deserve to lose, right? Or to drop points. I thought Sanchez distribution at times was a bit iffy, but for the most part, he dealt with the crosses that were coming in. I thought for the most part, I've actually thought Fofana had a good game before he got sent off ads. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was actually having a good game. He let himself down massively, so people are going to ignore these things. Enzo was poor for me, but there was more than enough players in this team, right, who were playing well for us to at least score 2-3 goals. But Palmer was the one that was moving like an entitled brat. Big up, I don't know how to say your name, but I'm not going to butcher it here, yeah? But he says, fans like this are spoiled, entitled brats. Palmer's the reason why we've had any joy the last few years, and you have clowns like Surfer crucifying him whilst he is injured. Actually, he's added you there, so I'll come to you first, Andrew, then AJ, I'll come to you. What's your take on people that are saying things like this, bro? Like, are we not Are we not allowed to criticize Palmer because of what he's done for us?
No, we're not. We're not allowed to, and you know, we're not allowed to. I mean, obviously he missed that 1-on-1 because of his injury, right? Because he's injured that on Saturday. It was 1-on-1. That was why. You've got little snowflakes like this person who obviously is a Palmer stan before Chelsea, who, you know, puts Palmer first before everyone else. You can't criticise him. But I've criticised Drogba, Lampard, Zola, whoever, and Hazard before Palmer. Do you know what I mean? I've criticised those type of players. So criticising Palmer is no hassle. I didn't like Palmer's attitude for the entire game. I think it felt like as if they were in a little training session with their mates. Do you know what I mean? And they could hit the second one anytime they want. And his attitude when he came off, all right, you're disappointed to be taken off. But what did you actually do in that second half to deserve to stay on and try and get us a winner or stay on or something like that? It was poor. It was poor. I'm sorry, there's no excuse. He beat Kyle Walker. I know Kyle Walker's 35 now on pace. Kyle Walker's still pacey. He beat him for pace, and he's 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. And I don't even know what that finish was. I've seen harder pass backs in that finish. Do you know what I mean? Sanchez dealt with harder pass backs than that. That was pathetic. And in the second half, rubbish. But no, because Palmer did a carry job a couple of seasons ago, he's forgiven. Do you know what I mean? We can't criticise him. Or he's had an injury. There's him playing through the injury. All right. How about this? How about not play through the injury and then just get healed and come back 100% before that instead of trying to play yourself through injury? You're only playing yourself through injury because you think you're trying to get into a World Cup squad. That's the only reason. Do you know what I mean? If this wasn't a World Cup year, Don, he probably wouldn't have played as much while he's injured. Do you know what I mean? Probably would have taken a rest here and there. But you know what? Palmer gets criticised, rightfully so. And I'm going to criticise other players. I've earned the right. We as fans earn the right to criticise people as much as we want. And if you don't like it, that's on you. That's not on us. Do you know what I mean? And you've earned the right to criticise me and that's on you. And criticise me. I don't care. I'm going to tell you what I think my opinion is. And Palmer Saturday wasn't the only one, but we give him all the plaudits, but somehow we're not allowed to criticise him at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
We're not Arsenal fans, bro. We're not Arsenal fans like Saka, bro. We call it as we see it.
Yeah. But if he'd scored the winner on Saturday, no one would be saying anything. Do you know what I mean? Or if he'd scored the second, no one would be saying anything. If we run out 2-1 winners, no one would be saying anything. Do you know what I mean? There's other issues in this team we'll talk about. But I just thought the problem that we have is if our attack doesn't get that second, we can't trust the defenders to keep a clean sheet. And I don't care if we're even down to 10 men. I think drawing at home to 10 men against Burnley is still a disgrace, even if we're down to 10 men. Because you could see out and win that 1-0 against Burnley. They bought Ashley Barnes on. I thought this guy was retired. He was old in 2015.
Ashley Barnes.
2015.
Yeah. And he needs to score the second goal.
Winning free headers. Yeah, winning free headers.
Yeah.
I thought he had retired like 5 or 6 years ago. I thought he was a pre-COVID player. Do you know what I mean? He was like, I've never seen this guy before. He was, honestly, it was just that, honestly, I know for fine to play well, but one or both of them, whoever's playing centre-back, one of them does something now and nearly every game that's a bozo moment that costs us. And that's what's really going to cost us if we don't get Champions League. There's not going to be much of the attackers. It's going to be the defenders because, we went to the Liverpool game. Liverpool survived that first half against Forest, right? They went in 0-0. And they didn't really Forest didn't do anything in the second half. But the defence kept them in the game. Do you know what I mean? They kept them in the game, and we don't have that. The centre back.
No, but the thing is, though, Andrew, I'll be real. Like, I think that's a bit harsh here. Before we even talk about that, JJ says Surfer said we didn't miss Palmer against Arsenal because he's been crap since last Jan. Hello, this is the height of disingenuous. Is it true? He's been calling you out.
No, I didn't say no. I didn't say he's been crap since last Jan. So it was a debate, I think, on Lewis's channel. One person said that Palmer was like one of the most influential of getting us the top 4 last season, second half of the season. I disagreed with that. I didn't think Palmer had a good enough second half of the season. First half of the season, I had no problem, but second half. But no, I didn't say he's been crap since January. I said he's not been as good as he was since January.
Yeah,
he's still done things, but he wasn't as influential getting us the top 4 as others were. I thought the goalkeeper and the defence were more influential, and players like Cucurella were more influential in the second half of the season on that run to get us top 4.
And you're not wrong. You're not wrong when you say that. Our defense was actually what carried us, bro. Our attack, bro. Our highest goal scorer at one point in 2025, was Cucurella.
Exactly.
That goes to show you that our attack was not firing, bro. Like Andrew's not capping. He's speaking facts. And as
How many
AJ
times
says,
did we win 1-0? How many times did we win by 1-0? We won a couple of games by 1-0, didn't we? In that run, do you know? And it was our defenders who were scoring, like Colwell and Cucurella and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah. Even the last game of the season against Forest, again, I was there at that game, bro. And yeah, Cole scored in that game to start it off.
Now,
so you're not wrong.
Now, what I will say is, I think before a couple of games ago, I think he's been crap this season. And I know he was injured as well, partly this season, but I still think his form wasn't good at the start of the season or when he's played up until maybe the Wolves game. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he's been that good this season.
I actually think he was. You know, it is when he started the season off here because Bayern Munich he was on fire, bro. When he came off the bench against Brentford, he did well. Like he scored a very good goal. And then he picked up the injury, and then he picked up that injury.
Yeah, and I put that in there. I said, I don't think he's playable, but he has been injured. Let's see what he can do. But what the main thing is, he's not above criticism. This is what some of this fan base don't get. They don't allow criticism for the players, like he's protected or something. And you know what? If we won a league and a Champions League, maybe I'd be a bit more understandable or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I'd go, yeah, okay, he's allowed that. But no, you've got it's not happening. You know what I mean?
No, you made some fair points, man. And listen, people, we haven't even got to 50 likes here. We've got nearly 200 people here. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you lot smash up the likes as soon as you enter the building, people. Make sure. Just one last thing before I come to AJ, right? Because you mentioned about the defense not being able to hold out, Andrew, right?
Yeah.
Right now, if you actually think about it, we're not really. I'll come to you, AJ. Yeah, we're not conceding goals from. We're not conceding a lot of goals from open play. If you look at the games recently against Wolves, that was from a corner, right? Against Palace, that came from a corner. Against Burnley, that came from a corner. But the difference with Wolves and Palace, we outscored them by at least 3 goals. Yeah. This time around, we fucked around, so we learned the hard way. Because I'm telling you, yeah, I would have been annoyed by the clean sheet. Because number one, me and Az go back and forth about FPL. Bro, Chalobah and Sanchez, every single time I'm close to getting a clean sheet, we fucking concede these corners. Yeah. But guess what? I care about the 3 points more. Yeah. It should have been a game where, okay, they've scored a corner last minute, whatever. 3-1. We've won 3-1. We've won 4-1. We've won 2-1 or whatever. Right? The defense right now hasn't been getting peppered, bro. Like, what is it for you, man? Why do these guys just keep dropping all these points? Why, bro?
I hear you on it. It's not a lot of open goals, but at the same open play goals, but at the same time, leads. You understand? We made 2 bad mistakes for them to, come back to get a point, and that was open play. You understand? True. So my thing is, it's just an overall thing with the defenders. We've been having this conversation for like 2 seasons now. We don't have enough amount of defenders that are of a certain quality. And, the quality has to shine through for the whole 90 minutes. It can't be 45 minutes. You played a good game and then you get a red card. You fuck up the whole thing. Or it can't be we get so close to a clean sheet. You give up 2 games in a row. You're giving up goals in 90 plus minutes. After 80 minutes, the goals need to be locked down. No more goals after that, especially if we're winning. You understand? Our manager brought on basically every defender that we had on the bench to close out the game. Your job is to just close out the game for the next 7-8 minutes. That's it. Win your header, win your battle, foul if you need to foul, do what you need to do. We can't do that. And that's part of defending as well. Nowadays it's, is he good on the ball? Can he make certain passes? Can he break lines? That's important, but you also got to combine that with raw defending and know-how, IQ, physical strength, winning the ball in the air. And we don't have enough of that. And we don't have that. You understand? Especially on the IQ side. We just don't have it. Right now, to me, I mean, everybody's saying it, but every time Tosin comes on the field, we let up a goal. We let up 2 goals. We giving up breakaways. How many times is like a attacker one-on-one with our keeper when Tosin is on the field? It's not a coincidence anymore. It's just that's what it is.
You almost got a red card as well.
What you said, Az?
I was saying he almost even got a red card as well, bro.
There you go. And we already had a red card at that point. You came on for for a red card. So it's like Listen, bro, I don't know what else the directors, the ownership need to see. I don't know what else you got to see. The evidence is there. We need 2 or 3 experienced, quality defenders. Period. Like, there's leadership as well. You know, in those last 5-10 minutes, you need people to be leaders. You bring it on Tosin, he's not a leader. You bring it on Acheampong, he's not a leader. Sarr, he's not a leader. Chalobah is trying to be a leader. He's basically a leader just because he's like the oldest, you know, playing defender that we have. So he's just pushed into that light. But we don't have these guys who are naturally that. That's what we need. So, you know, it's always going to be a problem. You understand? It's always going to be a problem.
I hear it, AJ. I hear it, yeah. But at the end of the day, right, in this game, I thought Santos had a brilliant game. Yeah, I thought he had a good game, yeah, for the most part. In fact, not brilliant, but I thought he had a good game. Good enough game where it's not too much his fault before the last few minutes. That's been the theme. That's been the theme, bro. I saw the video you just put in the group chat, yeah?
Yeah.
Why are you just letting Fleming run off of him, bro? And he's literally the best guy in the box, yeah?
Why is Santos on him? Why is Santos on him? You understand? That's the start. That's the start of the problem. You have somebody who's 5'8", whatever Santos is, against somebody who's 6'3", 6'4".
Santos ain't 5'8".
Whatever he is, bro. This guy been dunking on all our CBs all game, but you have him on him.
But so let me even touch on that point though, because again, maybe this is where Quavo needs to get some smoke because he's meant to be this guru of set piece, you know, attacking and defending. A lot of set piece goals, and clearly our tactic was to have our tallest players just sort of like zonal marking, like around the 6-yard box, and then we had initially it was Caicedo and James that were blocking their 2 runners because they had Worrell and obviously the guy who scored Fleming like attacking it. Then James came off and Santos took the role, and obviously he just fumbled. He didn't track the runner at all. He didn't block the runner. And he had a free run there, and obviously, like AJ posted in the chat, Tosin's not attacking that front of the box. Again, you know, back in the day, it was Drogba that was in that area, and he was cleaning up everything. Yep. And we don't have that physical guy to go and do that. And again, as much as I don't want to be talking about
Pedro. It's usually Pedro, but he was off the pitch.
He's good at that. But again, the lap came when. But maybe I have time to get into the lap later. But the lap, brother, we're talking about him slapping the ball. Man slapped the ball into fucking Rose head. But anyways,
he did a clearance in the wrong box.
I'll get cancelled, bro.
He's a clown, bro. But honestly, again, when you look at these moments here, again, Tosin comes on because he's the most experienced guy, right? He's coming in, he's a big guy, he might help us. But that's the issue. And again, we shouldn't have to talk about the directors after drawing and dropping points to Burnley. No matter who's on the pitch, we all know we should be beating Burnley. But that being said, it's a common theme now. It isn't just an isolated incident. We drop points and concede silly goals and do silly moments because, again, this is the team that they've constructed, the youngest team in the league. So it's no coincidence that this is the youngest team in the league and it makes a lot of unforced errors, a lot of individual mistakes. Again, even somebody like Gusto, who had a pretty decent game, he's there doing no-look passes. He's literally walking down, running down the wing. There's only one place you can go, brother. So why are you doing a no-look pass? Like, it doesn't make sense. So again, you've got players, even Santos, who are in a good game, he's there making mistakes like he did, not tracking the runner. So again, we have all these players doing dumb stuff on the pitch because they're young players, inexperienced. Gusto's there looking like Dean the Great, bro. It's just a mad thing, bro. When you have all these inexperienced guys, these things are gonna happen, bro. So it's frustrating.
I think that's the big point, right? It's like, and maybe they weren't told that, but if it was me, I'm going in the last 5 minutes. I'm going injury time, right? I'm going fuck zonal. Sorry, F zonal marking. Do you know what I mean? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it the last 5 minutes. Just mark up. You big tall guys. You mark the other big effing tall guys for 5 minutes. And I don't care about attacking. You do that. The lap did the wrong clearance in the wrong box. You know what I mean? That was a very defensive clearance. But what I'm saying is, you
know what he did? He pressed L1 R1, bro. Man tried the power shot,
bro.
But the issue is the problem is not one of them stood up and organised it. Not one of them stood up. I'm not expecting Josh to. I'm not expecting Sarr to. I'm expecting Tosin and Chalobah. No matter how bad you think they are, one of them should have actually gone, right, I don't care, for the next 5 minutes we're doing this, this and this. We're just hoofing it. Don't care about we're going to see this 1-0 out. It's Burnley. I don't care. We're going to see it 1-0 out. It's a bad day at the office, but we take these 3 points and we move, and no one remembers it at the end of the season if we get the top thing. But none of them do it. None of them actually step. None of them have the leadership qualities. Are there? They are the second. They're Robin, bro. We've got a bunch of Robins. There's no Batman in this team. They're all Robins, bro.
Meanwhile,
Not even
Arsenal,
not even a
Liverpool,
Nightwing
City
Robin.
all
They're just
can
Robin.
finish
They're
games.
just
They all
Robin.
know how to finish games. We
Yeah,
don't
that's
know how
what
to
it, but
finish
the
games.
thing is, it's like this. There's none. There's none.
problem,
I don't expect.
bro.
I
It's
don't
a
expect
big
Josh
problem.
to. I don't expect Josh to be honest. I don't expect to. But But no matter what ace defender, you should track a runner. Do you know what I mean? Whoever you're marking at the box, you don't ball watch. You man watch, and that's the problem. There's too many ball watching. It's man watching, and that's the problem. And by the way, Burnley could have nicked it at the end. You know, there's another header right at the end. Do you know what I mean? It just went over.
Ashley got his head onto it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing here. Like, AJ, what do you think of this? Because obviously, Ad said about the inexperience, and Arkil says, "I'm tired of this youngest team nonsense narrative," and then he followed it up by saying, "A lot of these players, what do they say? All these players have enough experience by now." You know, and it sounds like it sounds like he's focusing more on the quality, because after that, he said, where was it right now? He said 85% of this squad shouldn't even be here. And I'll be honest with you, like, I don't look at guys like Gusto and say you're inexperienced. I don't look at Palmer and say you're inexperienced. The inexperienced guys I look at are the likes of Josh Achimpong, bro. Right? Gusto, Palmer. Did you man see the pictures? These men have now got their fucking 100 appearances in the Prem. Yeah? 100 a century of appearances in the Prem. You can no longer say you are not experienced. You might not be Thiago Silva experienced, but I'm sorry, bro. These guys, we need to stop babying them and saying, oh, experience. Bro, I've seen experienced players play the way that we did in that first half, where they're complacent and they're thinking they're going to win. Arsenal have meant to have all this experience. They've experienced, these title races and winning as a team together. Not winning trophies, but winning as a team together consistently, right? They went to Wolves. They're meant to be more experienced than us. They turned up with that same mentality, bro. For me, the main problem in this game was the mentality of the players more than the experience. These guys were so complacent, bro. What's his name? Enzo. I thought Enzo in this game was complacent in so many areas.
He was attacking people when they got tackled. He was like hitting their legs and all that. And he was captain after Reece went off. It's like, he's one of the most experienced players, and he's like, he can't even. Can I just ask? I don't know if you went there, Don. Why were we so? Why? Because I didn't think the referee wasn't the greatest, but I don't remember any shocking. Why were we so aggressive like that? Like, we lost our heads against Burnley. I couldn't understand it. We were like,
because we fumbled.
It was Burnley. We were 1-0 up. The red card was a second yellow, so it was a red card. There was no like really bad challenges on us that I thought that Burnley put in. Do you know what I mean? It was like that. It was the normal match, but we were so like amped up. Like, we got really over emotional and aggressive for some reason.
It was so weird. It was honestly so weird, man. What's your take on that, AJ, bro? Like, was it more the mentality thing, or were you looking more at inexperience? Because for me personally, I just think that these guys were complacent. Like I'd said, for me, I'll use a different analogy, bro. They were playing like they were playing at Power League, bro, like with their friends. That's what it looked like to me, bro.
But you know what it is, and I think the word experience, I think in this context it means a lot, because I think it's more, and you brought up Thiago Silva, which is, to me, the main issue. We don't have, people can be experienced. You could be a 30-year-old center back, but still be a B-side center back. You understand? So you're experienced, but you're not the guy to lead the team to, you understand? So I think that's what it is. You understand? We're missing that experienced, like, if you played 100 games in the Premier League, you pretty much seen it all in the Premier League. That's like 3 seasons. You're solid in the Premier League. You're experienced, but you're still. That doesn't mean you're this alpha dog who can, be that mind. Every time he's on the field, the team is gonna score at least one less goal than they possibly could score, just because you're that good. Your IQ is up there. You handle the business. You manage the team. You lead the team. You need that person that's gonna guide the people around, and we don't have people that's guiding people. Because Gusto is we was having that conversation in the chat. Elite recruitment. Gusto is a great player, is a strong player, but he's better if you got somebody next to him who could put that battery in his back to be even better. You understand? That's what you need, and we don't have that. So bringing on a bunch of players who need the battery, and you don't have the battery on the field. So that's where I think we lack, you know. So I understand everybody's point. I think we have these guys are experienced enough. We should be seeing out that game. All the players that's on that field, there's no reason why.
Do you know what it? Do you know
Yep.
what it is, AJ?
Yep.
The irony thing is, and I know he made a mistake for this, but you remember yesterday's North London derby after Arsenal scored the opening goal, right?
Mhm.
Declan Rice is going, and I know he made the mistake after he equalised, so it takes it away from it a little bit. But you know when he's like that,
Yes.
he's like that. They got in. Remember they got in a little huddle just after they scored. Do you remember that? As they scored, they got in a little huddle.
I don't like all that shit. I don't like all that shit. But
No.
just,
But what I'm saying
The
is
message, though, the message.
No, but what I'm
is
saying
it
is, what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, it's like that. No one does that. Like no one did it against Leeds. You know, after the
Mhm.
penalty, after they scored the penalty, it should have been okay. They're up now. They've got this. We're going to calm it down. We're going to take the sting out of the game. We're going to do this. After that red card, it should have been. I thought we did mostly, but it was like we're going to take this. We're going to play simple. We're going to leave a couple up front. Do you know what I mean? We're going to do that. No one does that. No, and now I'm with you, Don. When I go on the terrace now, I don't do this young team bullshit now. I don't do this. They're not young team men. Well, they're 24, 25, 26. Chalobah's 26, guys. Everyone forgets that. Chalobah is 26. He's not 21 that some people try and say he is. He's not Jesse Lingard, bro. We're not doing Jesse Lingard with Trevor Chalobah when they were still saying he was a youngster at like 29 years old or something like that.
Yeah.
That's the problem. No one has it there. No one has it there. And I know this is going to sound mental because of the way it is. But John Terry went on to be a great defender. Do you know why? Because he had Marcel Desailly for the first couple of years when he came into the team, mentoring him. And John Terry did that for the other defenders that always came in. How many defensive partnerships did he have throughout his time? Like they talk about Van Dijk's defensive partnerships, and he only has one. John Terry had those as well. How he made Gary Cahill a better player. He made all the defenders around him a better player. He made the goalkeeper a better player because he had it like that. I know I'm asking for much. I'm asking, but we need to start building that. We need to all the traits that any defender right now has to have the leadership. I don't need a world-class defender in terms of that. I need world-class leadership, organisation at the back. That's what I need, or high quality. I need that. I don't need your names. I don't need
someone who doesn't make mistakes. You're not known for making mistakes.
He would have been perfect.
That's what we need. Steady
Eddie. A steady Eddie that's going to give you a 7 out of 10. You can depend on them. They're usually available. They know the league. He plays for England. He's literally fucking Palace's captain before he left. You know what I mean? It won't surprise me if he ends up being Man City's captain at some point, you know, because Bernardo Silva's going to leave. It won't surprise me if Gay ends up getting it because he's the uncle, bro. He's literally your uncle. Not no fugazi uncle like Tosin. Because every time Tosin comes on, you just know it's dark days now, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's dark days, yeah. And for me, I'm telling you, Mike, big yourself up. Mike says, why are they going on holiday halfway through the season? I'm telling you, lads, I don't want these guys to get rewarded with Dubai again, bro. Yeah?
No more Dubai.
I don't want these guys to get Dubai again because I'm telling you, yeah, the way they came back, right? The way that some of these guys came back, it just made me feel itchy, bro. I don't feel at ease with how you came back because now I'm like, yo, you don't deserve nothing nice. You can't go away for a few days. Some people are in Egypt. A lot of them were in Dubai. I'm seeing you lot in clubs with shisha and the smoke and that. And then you come back and then it's like, oh, you're forgetting that you're playing the Prem. Well, next time, don't fucking go away then, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Well, I mean,
handle the business. If you're going to do that, handle the business. That's it. Then nobody can say nothing. You know, that's also an option. Just get the job done. But if you're not going to get the job done, now you open yourself up to this criticism. There you go.
Exactly.
The words out of my mouth, honestly, because again, that's the thing. Again, I was happy for them to go and get a break because you've been talking about the packed schedule, the Club World Cup, the World Cup coming in the summer. So like, they deserve a break. They need a break. I think, and that's why I was so confident going into the game. Like the first time they've had a break, Burnley at home, that's a layup, and then they go and serve up that crap. So again, for me, it just comes down to complacency, bro. The man were complacent, doing no look passes, and then again, it's like we go up and we start the game great, and it's then we don't impose ourselves onto them. Instead, we're waiting for. I don't even know what we were waiting for because again, all of our big chances came from us clearing the ball up the pitch or winning the ball high up. It didn't come from our slow, football where it's like we're trying to, play it this kind of like slow kind of snooker kind of game. It's like, so why are we doing that slow football to create nothing? And it's like it doesn't suit the players that we have. Palmer likes to play in transition. Neto, when he was impacting the game, was in transition. When it was quick, when we were playing quick. As soon as we're playing that slow football, Neto's not as effective. We know this. So
why? But that's how you wanted to play, though. That's why I'm looking more at the players because he literally called it out after and said, "Yo, we wasn't, we wasn't imposing ourselves. We wasn't incisive. He used the word incisive in the final third. He didn't, bro. You could clearly see that he was pissed. You know what I mean? You could clearly see it because he didn't call out Santos to say, yo, Santos is a guy that lost his man. But he literally said there was a player that we had a task for in the box because people were trying to cook Quaver. Quaver said, yo, that's your man there. And he didn't follow that task, bro. So that's not on the management. That's where you have to hold these guys accountable. And that's why it really annoys me when people like, Jimmy or other people try to say, oh, well, Maresca, you always blame Maresca. Bro, we were having these conversations even when Maresca was here, right? There were certain blue diaries where it's not so much Maresca, it's more the players, bro. You know what I mean? And that's how I felt. But at the end of the day, he was also going to get criticized because he wasn't good enough this season. He wasn't good enough this season. You know what I'm saying? But let me quickly go through these super chats. Go. Make a point.
I want to say that, like, we've got a rookie-ish player. Again, to the point about experience, right? We've had this conversation many times, Dom. We've got relatively experienced players, again, 100 caps and whatnot, so they're building up the experience. But again, Andrew made a great point. We've got a lot of Robins, not a lot of really proven Batmen. And obviously, Reece is becoming a captain. We've seen it, but again, he was criticized for his lack of leadership skills by Maresca. So he's building that up. Enzo's our vice captain. He's building it up too. He's showing some leadership qualities. He will do the kind of like, mentality. He will do that every now and then, but these aren't proven established leaders like, your Terrys, your Thiago Silva. They're not like that.
Not natural.
Around that. And they're not the biggest, they're not the greatest leaders amongst the team that is literally the youngest in the league. So, like, of course, we're going to
the thing is, though, Ads, if you deep it, right, to be a little bit fair, we were in a privileged position back then, because if you actually deep our team, bro, our team was full of captains for their club, for their countries.
Yeah.
Like, it's very rare to have that, bro. Like, we had Ivanovic, we had, Mikel, we had Essien, we had, obviously, what's his name? JT. Like, all of these guys were, big leaders, if that makes sense. And even for their countries as well, they used to be captains and whatnot, bro. So it's not always going to be easy to get these sort of guys. And when you're talking about football today, because you said, the Prem's rubbed out, the Prem's finished now, yeah? Like, how many JTs are there really that you can go get in the league right now? That's what I was
just push back on that point. I feel like where we are right now genuinely is where Arsenal were like a few years ago, where like they have the young team, everybody's young, and they haven't got like these massive leaders who have won trophies. Again, they still won nothing. But they all grew together. Now they're all like, 25 to 27, 28. So they're all at that established point. They've all made their mistakes, and now they're a bit more rugged. They're a bit more seasoned as a team. Obviously, we don't have, a Van Dijk that Liverpool have, or a Casemiro at United, where these guys you can like lead the rest. We don't have that. And we're the youngest team in the league. So that's why these mistakes keep happening.
Plus, it's also I did think, I don't care what anyone says. I did think we missed Cucurella on Saturday he would have been vital there. But it's not even that. It's just like how many teams can we go around and pluck maybe one or two defenders out of their squad and go, if we just had one of them in, I think we would have seen that out. Like we would have seen that 1-0. Like I don't care what anyone says. If we had Van Heck from Brighton in the team, I think we see that game 1-0 out. Like, if we had the
you think Van Heck's a leader?
I think he's more of a leader than what we've got. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. I think we have Lacroix in there. We see that out 1-0. Do you know what I mean? If we have this is going to sound crazy.
The Tottenham guy.
Yeah, if we have we can go through nearly every single.
I wouldn't really call Van Heck a leader though. He's
all right, this might sound mad. If we had like a Harry Maguire in there, we'd probably see that 1-0 out. Do you know what I mean?
I think what it is, you're giving examples of better quality, and as well as that, you've said about Maguire. That's experience. It's a combination of things. It's not anyone that thinks it's just one thing, bro. It's mentality. It's discipline. It's complacency. It's fucking inexperience. It's so many things, bro. Like football is not black and white, and that's why I love having these conversations, these multi-layered conversations, rather than saying, "Oh, we're losing these games because of inexperience." That's boring to me. Let's strip it back and break everything down, because I'm sorry, it's time to stop babying these guys. Right? A lot of these guys have been at Chelsea now for 4 years, bro. 4 years, 5 years. We've got fucking Sanchez is experienced. Reece is experienced. Cuckoo's experienced. Neto was experienced before he even came here. But man are acting like we've got no experience. Now, obviously, I agree with you, AJ. Yes, it would be nice to have the Silvers in the team, have those sort of guys in the team. I haven't got a problem with that. But I still expect these guys to be better than what they've done in certain situations, bro. Yeah. Because a lot of the mistakes they make, very similar to upstairs, bro. That's why I always say everyone can get it. Sporting directors make easy mistakes, avoidable mistakes. Clear Lake make avoidable mistakes. Maresco's making avoidable mistakes, and these players make fucking avoidable mistakes too. It's everyone. It's everyone, bro. You know what I mean? But let me quickly go through these super chats. Big up Say Hey. It says Ramadan Mubarak to everyone practicing. Bless up Don and the whole panel. Keep up the hard work, Don. Glory, glory, Man United. Now you listen. I hope you guys ain't glorious tonight. We need you, man, to drop points. But big yourself up, man. I hope Ramadan's going good for you. I know a lot of people are fasting at the minute as well. So big yourself up, my bro. And then you've got actually, let me come to this one last because that's going to be the next talking point I'm going to go into, right? You've got 10. Big up 10. It says if we fuck around this summer and United get their summer right, they are ahead of us, and that's absolutely embarrassing. Knowing where they were.
That's a possibility. That's a possibility.
100%, man. Big up Jill again. It says after the Wolves and Everton game, Palmer came out and asked for patience with his recovery. The guy's been brilliant for 20 to 24 months when fit. Spoiled brats. I think we've gone through it, Jill, but I'm sorry. In this particular game, the context is different, man. Like, I can't even talk about the injury too much. He was just literally violating. He was taking the piss.
When he's complaining about not getting the ball, is he injured at that moment as well? Like, you can't pick when it's injury and when it's not injury, bro.
Did his injury cost him? Did his injury make him have that poor shot in the first half?
Yeah, like get out of there, bro.
Or did the injury affect his miss against Leeds? Is that
if anything, Andrew, his injury, right, should have even made him go closer to the goal because the injury that he's got. Bro, how much power are you going to generate from where you was running, bro? Like, you're running with the ball.
Why did he go on? Should have gone on. He should have gone in. He was near the edge of just inside the penalty area. It's like, no, go on a bit more. Go around the goalkeeper.
He had at least one more touch. He could have taken one more touch.
I'm done with the patience people are giving Palmer, bro. Like,
there's no more patience, bro.
Yeah, there's no more because last season, brother, we went through so many periods of time where he wasn't scoring goals. Yeah, he was creating for Jackson and Noni, and they were missing. Fair enough, you can't do nothing about that. But the misses against Villa and whoever else, that was costing us, bro. And again, like you said earlier in the show, Don, we made top 4 because of our defense. It wasn't Palmer and Jackson carrying us through, it was our defense. So Palmer's been owing us this for a while. And Club World Cup, especially in the final, quality. And this season obviously has been interrupted with injuries and whatnot. But like, at the end of the day, this is the people are calling world class, you know, on the level of all the top players in the world and all this. And it's like, nah, right now he's not looking like a world class player. I can't say that he's now levels above, clearly above, you know, the likes of Wirtz or Bruno right now. He's not doing that. And for the level of the player that he is and the stature in the game and, you know, all the media around him and the new shirt that he's got coming out with the new sponsor and all that, the Cole Palmer celebration, all that, that's all good. That's all well and good, but do it for Chelsea Football Club because Chelsea Football Club is way bigger than Cole Palmer. This isn't some small club. This isn't like when Harry Kane was at Tottenham and Harry Kane is bigger than Tottenham. This is Chelsea, bro, with different levels here.
Let me ask everyone a question, everyone in the chat. Those two chances, the one on Saturday and one against Leeds. Take Palmer away. Put Garnacho in that place. Imagine the reaction.
Yeah, literally.
Put Jackson.
Imagine us. We'd be more than we have. Imagine us. Say that person. This person. If Garnacho had done that. If Garnacho had done that. Would this person be putting patience in their super chat right?
And again, the big thing about this is players like Palmer. Players like Palmer and Caicedo, because they've done more for us in terms of consistency, they get more leeway. That doesn't mean that you're exempt to criticism. No, you still get criticized. And if anything, I expect way more from a Palmer than I do from Pippin number 49.
100%.
Way more.
100%.
That's exactly why we're acting like this. That's exactly why we're saying.
Exactly, because of the platform that we put him on. Like I've said already, Jill, bro, the platform, listen, let me give an example of these guys. Yeah, the platform that a lot of these Arsenal fans put Saka on, right? They are so scared to criticize him. And I'm like, bro, when this guy don't play well, why don't you want to criticize this guy when you put him on my platform? Because I put Palmer, I say Palmer's world class now, right? Therefore, when I see man doing what he was doing, I will crash him. It doesn't mean I'm going to change my take about him being world class. If I see him playing like this, you know, the rest of the season, next season is playing like this, and he just drops off, then I'll be like, yo, I don't think it's world class anymore, innit? But bro, like, man has to just call it as I see it. And I'm sorry, Palmer was pathetic. That was a pathetic performance. And the way that he reacted when he came off, I don't even think so much that was at Rosinha. I think that was more at himself. Hopefully.
Let me tell you something. It's important for the fans to have high standards of Cole Palmer, because I'm telling you right now, in that locker room that he's in, none of them players is pressing Cole Palmer. Nobody is like questioning him. He has no OG in the locker room that's on him. to be on a certain standard. So the fans have to keep a certain pressure and expectation on Cole Palmer, because look at how he's acting already. And this is not new. I used to complain about this about Cole Palmer last year. You know, he has this thing where I think he's like so far gone. You understand, where he thinks he's at that level. And to me, he's had that one season, but we've been looking for that Cole Palmer since that one season. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it.
Someone just said it. Someone just said it.
That level since then, and it's been about 2 years now. So
someone just said in the chat, "What do you want? What reaction do you want us to send him?" No, what I'm saying, and wasn't even directed at you. It's directed at this person. Really, has been having a go at me and others.
Let me read this super chat.
My thing is this. Palmer had a groin injury. No problem. I admit that. Okay. Yeah. But he's only played through that. My thing is he's only been playing through this restricted minutes because he's trying to get into the World Cup squad. That's all it is. If it wasn't that, but we can still criticize him now. He's got his groin injury had nothing to do with his miss against Leeds and his performance on Saturday against Burnley. Nothing to do with it whatsoever. His groin injury. I don't care what anyone says.
Let me read it. Let me read the super chat. Yeah, he says very fair to be frustrated with a clearly rusty Palmer, but to criticize that Surfer has the whole season whilst he's been injured is utterly moronic.
I criticized him when he's played. And I'm right to do so. Enzo didn't get that when he had the hernia injury. Do you remember that season when they said he had a hernia injury? He got criticised no matter what for his entire season, no matter what. So it's the same for Palmer. You want to give him the plaudits, then like we said, he's hit the highs of those plaudits. We expect him now to hit those highs. When he doesn't, and I admit he had an injury, no problem. But when he's played, he hasn't played well. And if he's worrying about it, then don't play. Get healed.
Yep.
Get healed.
I'll be real about that. Wasn't so much.
I got a dip quickly in it. I don't want to segue too much because obviously, again, you guys are going to carry on the rest of the show, but you might know the next fixture in it, and we know what he's not done against that certain team.
He's so again, played.
I said before he was world class, and I had to take it back because ultimately I think he's top 5 in the world, which I was thinking is what makes you world class, but that doesn't actually make you world class. For me, world class is like a certain level that certain established players get to, and Palmer needs to establish himself more. I think he will do. He's got world class ability, but he needs to go and prove it. But let's not forget last season, the amount of big games he was ghosting in. We can't ignore that. So that is a thing. And listen, I'm still going to give him time again. He's our best attacking player. Of course, we're going to give him time where we're backing him. But games like next week, he needs to do his thing because he owes us. The misses against Leeds, the miss against Burnley, the performances are recent, up and down. There's been some good ones in there. We're not saying he's been bad the whole season.
This whole run, this next run.
Don't take words or my words out of context. Let's not do that, man.
This next run, he needs to show up. He needs to show up this whole run.
Facts. We need to be. You know how we're talking about, second half of last season, that stretch here where it was our defense that helped us. By the end of this season, we should be saying, Palmer was cooking, bro.
Yeah.
End of the season, he cooked. You know what I mean?
Him and João Pedro are the reasons we finished in Champions League spots. João Pedro is on the greatest form he's ever had in the Premier League right now. With us, he's on the greatest form, and his work is not being rewarded.
Look at Caicedo's pass here. We're not even talking much about his fucking performance because of this, man. Like, it's annoying, man. It's so annoying, bro, because certain men don't deserve this, bro. Like me, I'm telling you, the way I am, bro, after that game, Palmer, Gusto, they're hearing from me, bro. I'll say, what the fuck are you man doing? What the fuck are you man doing? I'll tell him straight. Big up ads. I'm telling you, bro, I will tell you straight up, what the fuck are you lot doing, bro? Oh, what, mate? No, so fuck you, bro. You know what I mean? We're about to win the game, and you lot are messing about. Get out of my face, and I'll go home, bro. I'm telling you, Big up, Jill. It says I'm a GP, but shouldn't take an MBBS to get that in periods of injury. You won't be yourself. His record over the last 2 years when fit speaks for itself. Bro, listen, I've defended Palmer a lot when it comes to the injury and whatnot, bro. But I'm sorry, man. In this particular game, I'm not looking so much at the injury, man. I think it was more up here. He was violating. Did you not see how he was trying to nutmeg people time and time again when there was no need? We're 1-0 up. If you're gonna play like that, do that when we're 3 goals up, no problem. 4 goals up, no problem. 1-0. Come on now, man. I don't even like when teams play like that when it's 2-0, because 2-0 is never safe. 2-0 is never safe.
3-0 or above is fine. 3-0 or above is fine. You want to do the flicks and you want to do the no-look passes at 3-0, no problem. Do it, no problem. You want to do the flicks? I've all the patience in the world. Get 3 goals up, be comfortable, and then do what you want. I'm absolutely fine with that. 1-0, 2-0, still a chance, as we've proven this season. Get the job done first, and then do your flicky, tricky shits.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? That's what it is.
Exactly, bro. Yeah. Big up C to the A. It says, this is Chelsea Football Club. No, that died in 2022. This is Chelsea LDN. Get it right. And then we've got one more. Yeah, we'll finish up on this talking point here because I actually want to watch the United game. Yeah, because boy, hey, these man right now they can go.
No, Lisandro Martinez. Martinez is out for a couple of weeks, so he's out.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen that. Apparently, it's only going to be for 7 days. But big up Blue King. He says we drop points, but why are everyone thinking United, Villa, Liverpool will go and win all their games? All of us are inconsistent as each other. What's your take, AJ, man? Do you think we're at risk now? Like, are you scared we're not going to make top 5 even, bro? Not even top 4. Top 5?
Listen, it's not guaranteed. You understand? Yep. Because for one, it's not guaranteed because we're not finishing games. You know, that's the main issue. We're not finishing games. We get in the lead, we're not closing out games. 2, Manchester United has 1 game a week, whilst we still got the Champions League. We're in the FA Cup. We dealing with, everybody deals with injuries, but we dealing with injuries. So it's not a guarantee on that. 3, Liverpool, they have the skill set of scoring a lot of goals, which is, we could score, but I don't think we score as much. We could score as much as Liverpool if everybody's doing what they need to be doing. So there's a lot of risk there, and then on top of that, I don't know what the table is right now. Are we like in 6th right now or something like that? What are we right now?
We're 4th. We're 4th right now, but we are only 4th. Yeah, goal difference, 17. Yeah, okay. So we've got plus 17 goal difference. Liverpool are on 7, I think, and United are on 10. So goal difference right now, we're the highest.
So listen, we scored a lot of goals this first 3 quarters of the season, but like we gotta keep it up. But it's mainly the defense. Can we keep goals out of our net, bro? Can we keep goals out of our net? That's what I'm worried about. We playing Arsenal this next run. What's the next run? Arsenal. I know we got
Arsenal, Villa, Newcastle, Everton. This is Premier League, so I'm not adding.
The next Premier League.
So, because there is an instance if we can play Newcastle like 3 times in a week if we get them in a Champions League. Do you know what I mean? So we've got Wrexham in the FA Cup. So in the league, it's Arsenal, Villa away, then it's Newcastle at home, then it's Everton away, and that's it before the international break. Then it's
Let me load it up so you can see it.
Bro. It's a tough run for us.
Let me load it up.
Is it top 5? Is it top 5? Make CO?
Yeah, it'll definitely be top 5. We're so far ahead. We're so far ahead. It's just
okay. That helps a little bit. That helps a little bit right there.
You can see that, yeah. So our next 5 games, 3 of them are going to be away, and ironically, our away form's better. AJ.
Yeah. Listen, if we could do something against Arsenal, that's a bonus right there because we haven't done anything against them in recent times, and that could be a momentum shifter. You understand? But if we get cooked by Arsenal, it's looking dark because now the mentality is low. People's looking at the manager. The players are probably confidence low. You understand? So I think this Arsenal game is very important for us. If we could get a win, change that history, it'll just reinvigorate the whole thing. But we're playing against teams that are kind of fighting for, Champions League. I know City's basically in the title race. Arsenal's in the title race, but they're in the Champions League spot. So it could help us if we win these games. But so far, we haven't really been winning the big games. We've been tying. Did we beat City or did we tie? We tied them.
No, we drew.
We've been drawing these games. So listen, man, if we could get a win. Start with Arsenal. I don't know how because we're missing some players, but
I think that's the point, isn't it? It's like if we'd have taken the 4 extra points, we'd be on 49 right now. And you could, I know it sounds bad, but you could say, okay, it's more likely we lose to Arsenal, but you could take it because we built up a points buffer anyway.
Exactly.
So even if the other teams reduce it, you go. But it's because I think after Arsenal, I don't know why, given the way we're all inconsistent. I don't know why we cannot think of getting 3 wins out of 3 in the next league games. I just don't know what my thing would be. Villa are on they're like the rest of us in the top 4 race. Do you know what I mean? They're like inconsistent. Newcastle I know our home record isn't that good, but their away record is horrendous in the league. And then Everton's a tricky one because is it we got a hoodoo against Everton, or was it Goodison Park we had the hoodoo at?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like
Is it, yeah.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? So that would be it. And then we got the break, and then we got City afters. But then we got to factor in a Wrexham FA Cup tie, 2 rounds against either PSG or Newcastle. It's looking at in that because, but that's why it was so frustrating. That's why we're like so annoyed. Like we dropped these 4 points because we could have gone, okay, Arsenal, we're probably not going to get anything. Maybe a draw.
Yeah, no.
Listen,
if we had won those games, Andrew, like I think more people would be accepting of a draw. Not so much like, oh, let's go there and get a draw. It's more like, okay, if we drop points, at least as long as we don't lose, that's the main thing. At least we've got the 6 points, and it's like Arsenal away, it's not going to be easy. We haven't beaten them in 5 years or whatever. Cool, whatever. But now, AJ, it's become a must-win now, bro. It's actually become a must-win.
Yep. That you know, and whilst I was talking, I'm kind of deep in that it's become a must-win because I think the mental side of these things are very important. But my thing is also, you know, I know these players are, you know, on the younger side, maybe they're not tapped into the Arsenal-Chelsea rivalry, but we're not supposed to want Arsenal to win the title. And this is our last opportunity this season to have a say in the title race, you know, in terms of, you know, denting Arsenal's chances. So, when better to beat Arsenal right now? You understand?
And they keep mocking us, man. They keep mocking us. They've got that seahorse up top that mocks us every time we see them, right? He scores against us all the time. Their defenders like to mock us. Their midfield like to mock us, like after games. Their fan base like to mock us. They laughed at Maresca, you know, try harder. They laughed at Fofana crying. They keep laughing at us. They keep mocking these guys, taking these guys for some pricks. And when you actually deep it, the games are always tight. But the way they treat in the games, because of the result, is as if they move to us every single time. Yeah. When in reality, the games are just always dead and just tight, bro. You know what I mean? So it's like, you got to have some shame. This is where you've got to be pumped up and say, yo, these man, we can't allow these deluded guys, this deluded fan base to walk away with a W again. Yeah? Again. A lot of these guys here, every time they've been at Chelsea, bro, they've lost. Yeah, or they've drawn the game. Who's the only player, bro? The only players that have won against Arsenal here are Reece, bro, and maybe Chalobah was even in the squad.
No.
Reece is the only one. Reece is the only Chelsea.
They gotta have some pride, bro. They like at some point you gotta just have some sort of pride, bro. You have to. You gotta have some sort of competitive nature. You know, this is the Premier League, bro. You gotta get into the narratives, understand the club. You know, these players are making hundreds of thousands of dollars at Chelsea. This
isn't that the pro? That's
go beat Chelsea's rival.
And then look, HM says this, HM says they have every right to mock us, don't allow it. 0 wins in 11 games. They're our daddy right now. Accept it, bro. If that's the mentality that you want, then they're gonna roll over on Sunday, bro. That's the mentality that we shouldn't have. We should be trying to, bro. These things change, man. HM, I don't know how old you are, but bro, growing up, I used to just, every time I'm playing Arsenal, I know it's guaranteed 3 points. I know it's guaranteed Drogba goal. When it was Hazard time, I know Hazard's bullying these guys. We used to move to these guys all the time, right? I expected it. Times change. It's now time to end this rot, Andrew. I'm tired of it, bro.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, I think it, but that's when I always go back to when Nina, the Chelsea fan, got like shredded for saying like she feared going up against the lower side teams, and it was like not because of the lower side teams, but because how we play against them. No one heard, or hardly anyone heard that. She just thought that we feared going to Burnley. It was not that. This is the ironic thing. It was like, I was on the terrace the other day. I said to Terry, you know, we dropped points here, but it's crazy how this team is. We'll pick up points against Arsenal and Villa, and it'll be like, why? Do you know what I mean? It's like, why do you do this to us? Do you know what I mean? It's like that's just so frustrating. Is that we'll drop points to these sides, but then we'll show up for the big games, you know. And it's just like, why don't you treat every game like that? You should always treat every game like that. So you know when you said about AJ, you said they don't treat Arsenal like rivalries because this team as it constructed right now doesn't have rivals. You know what? They're not in any races. Yep. They don't get any races to have rivals. Yep. And it was back in, I know we're going back, but it was either Man United or Arsenal, or even Liverpool in Europe for like 5 years in a row, or even Barcelona in Europe for 5 years in a row. Do you know what I mean? Those were the rivals, and we don't have that. because they don't get themselves in any races or anything like that. It's like one-off games, maybe. Do you know what I mean? It's like that, and people try and build a rivalry off that. It's like, no, they don't know the heat of the back. They don't know it. Do you know what I mean? They don't understand. The fans will, but the players just they'll hug each other at the end and high five each other at the start. Do you know what I mean? Swap shirts at half time and all this shit. Do you know what I mean? It's just
they don't have that. Like sometimes you just have to have that like dirty nastiness in the.
Bernardo Silva against Liverpool. Bernardo Silva against Liverpool.
Bro, we actually
just go into the like, yo, I'm about to crush this team, bro. I don't care. We don't have that. So,
bro, it's mad, bro. Like honestly, like Rossinha this weekend. We're gonna preview the game a little bit later, people. I don't really want to do a combine, not even combine. I don't want to do a starting 11 right now because, yo, one thing about Arsenal, before we play these guys, we're already seen it. There's no Fofana. Esteval probably won't be there. There's no Gittins, of course. Cucurella's not going to be there, right? So come the end of the week, I don't know who's going to be
probably
there.
Palmer. This will know people in the chat. Palmer will pick up something during the week.
Yeah, Palmer will pick something up. Well, I don't want to talk about it now because it's literally Monday, right? And we're playing on Sunday. So later on in the week, people, we're going to do a proper preview closer to the game. By then, we'll have team news and whatnot. It's more accurate. So for now, we'll leave it, right? But big up John. He says, Don, we are fans. Our mentality means nothing if those scrub players do nothing. Bro, I'm telling you, John, these players are on social media heavily, man. They are on social heavily. If they are seeing the fan base rolling over, talking about, Arsenal, man, it's so hard and that, they're not going to beat them, right? This thing that's got going on with Arsenal, it's not like what happened with Man City and Arsenal. Man City used to batter Arsenal every game. Home and away, they used to just move to these guys, yeah? With Arsenal, 1-0 this season away. 3-2 at the bridge with bare players missing, right? We drew them at home with 10 men. We lost to them away last season 1-0 from a set piece from a corner.
It wasn't even a good game. It wasn't even a good game.
It was a shit game, Andrew. Bro, it was dead. It was a dead game, right? We played them at the bridge. We drew them at the bridge, yeah? Like the season before, they beat us 5-0, fair enough. But when was the last time Arsenal moved to us like that? These games are always tight. It's never. It's not a situation where it's like, we keep getting battered by these guys. They keep getting the result, which is annoying, yes, but it's marginal, bro. The results are always marginal. The games are always marginal. Yeah. I never look at the game against Arsenal and think, oh my God, they moved to us today. It's never like that, bro. It's never like that. It's just they keep winning. That's what it is. They just keep beating us. You know what I mean? So we need to stop this mentality of just rolling over. And
I'm sorry to say this. They're treating us like we treat Spurs.
Yes. It's like, we guaranteed 3 points. Yeah. Guaranteed 3 points. Come on, man. Come on, man.
That's what it is.
Big up JJ. Big up JJ for this. He says Caicedo is the only player that really gets this rivalry. Reece as well, man. I'm telling you, man. These man, it's a joke thing, man. But
as long as Caicedo doesn't do what he did in the earlier fix this season, just calms himself down. He got it too much. He got it too much. The last time, just calm yourself down. You know what I mean? It's like that.
C to the A says marginal means fuck all because we lose, bro. It means a lot, man, because it clearly means that there's certain things that we need to do differently in order to get over the line, bro. Things like defending set pieces better. Things like defending corners better. Things like not having a lapse of concentration at the back. Sanchez, the mistake that he made for the second goal, yeah? When we fucking drew them at the bridge 2-2, passing the ball to Declan Rice. These are the marginal things I'm talking about.
Not covering his front post last season when Martinelli scored. Do you know what I mean? When
Martinelli scored. These are
even this game. This is not him, but just Caicedo getting sent off, taking away our opportunity to see if we could beat them. Not that we would have done, but the opportunity to see whether we could beat them. That's what it is.
I think we would have beaten them. I think we would have beaten them.
But what I'm saying is we had the opportunity and Caicedo took that away from us. Do you know what I mean? To actually see what we could do.
And big up Smith, yeah. It says no wins in the last 10 is embarrassing. However you paint it, bro. I'm embarrassed. I'm just saying, I don't want people to try and remove the context of how the games go, right? Because people they move really scared of Arsenal, and I'm like, why are you guys scared of these guys? They're not easy to beat, of course, because you've got a good defense, you've got a good structure, but you're not unbeatable. That's my point here. You're not unbeatable. We can beat you guys.
Wolves put two past them, and they were 2-0 down the other week. Do you know
Facts.
What I mean? What are we doing here? And we smashed Wolves 3-1. Do you know what I mean? It's just bonkers.
It's not impossible, bro.
It's not impossible, bro. It's not.
They beat Spurs yesterday. That's good. Take it away from them. But I think they would always beat. I found it funny last week that people thought Spurs were going to get something from yesterday's game. Right? I think Spurs I think Spurs is probably now. I'd rather play I'd fear playing Wolves now more than Spurs in this Premier League season. Do you know what I mean? The way it is, because Wolves are actually doing a couple of things, even though they're going to get relegated. But I just think it's like I just want. What I want us to if this is going to sound really lame. If we get a draw on Sunday, don't over celebrate it because we've got Villa 3 days afterwards. Do you know what I mean?
Bro,
it's like, okay, we got the draw, we move. Do you know what I mean? We move. Like
That's what scares me. That's what scares me because if we do beat Arsenal, they'll just turn up against Villa and move like the season's done, like they've won the Champions League.
Remember the what was the game after Arsenal?
Oh yeah, fucking Leeds away, innit?
Exactly. What happened? Yeah. What happened?
Yeah. And then Bournemouth away after that. Yeah, I remember.
Exactly.
I remember.
Exactly.
Listen, bro.
Let's go through United fixtures before we finish up because the game's on in a bit, people. So we'll all go and watch that game, right? They've got Everton obviously today in the next literally 5 minutes. They've got Palace at home after that, and I reckon they're going to beat Palace. Palace are not on great form at the minute. They've got problems with Glasner. Newcastle away, not going to be easy, but Newcastle at the minute are, and that's midweek as well, to be fair, you know. So that could be a banana peel there, you know. They've got Villa at home. Villa not on great form at the minute as well. Then they've got Bournemouth away. So they've got games there where I'm looking at it. I don't think they're all going to be W's, man. I think
they've got a lot. With them being
it's not easy. It's not easy.
With them being no Europe, with them being no Europe and no FA Cup, they've got quite a few weeks where they're not playing a lot of games. They've got like 2 or 3 weeks. There's a period I think where they've got 3 weeks between games.
Like they have one on March or. That might be international.
Yeah, international break, but I think they've got like FA Cup like quarterfinal weekend. They won't.
This ain't international break. This is FA Cup weekend. They're not there.
I'm just saying it's like they're gonna have a lot of gaps. With this running, do you know what I mean? So they'd be interesting to see how they
fresh. They should be fresh, but I don't.
Yes.
Yep.
They have an opportunity. Like I keep saying, they have an opportunity to do something if they actually lock in, you know, and handle their business because
AJ, I thought we would be fresh. But we had 8 days off.
We went to Dubai, bro. We went to Dubai. We're supposed to be fresh.
It's supposed to be fresh, bro. It's supposed to be, you know, mentally ready for it. Let me go through Liverpool's, yeah. So Liverpool, they've got West Ham next at home. And West Ham right now, different circumstances, bro. They're fighting for their life. They're playing better than what they were before. They've got Somerville in really good form. I like that new striker they've signed as well. He looks all right. They've got Bowen. They've got players in their team that can do something, innit? Disasi's actually been doing really well for them. So hopefully he can do us a favour. Then they've got Wolves away. And Wolves, they're a dodgy team, people. Let me tell you that. They're dodgy. Yeah, they're bottom of the league right now, but you got to take them seriously. You still got to, you know, beat them. They've actually got Wolves twice in a few days, you know?
Yeah, FA Cup.
Yes, they play on Saturday. Then they play on Tuesday. Then they play them days later. Oh, my days. Both away. Right, then they've got Tottenham after that, and Tottenham. We already know Tottenham.
That's 3 points to Liverpool. That one.
Brighton away. Then they've got Fulham away. You know, sorry, Fulham at home.
Listen, I'm going to say this side note. Fulham beat Sunderland yesterday, 3-1. That's only Sunderland's second home defeat of the season after Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? That was a massive. That's one of the results of the season of Fulham going away to Sunderland like that, and they were 2-0 up. You know what I mean? They could have crumbled, but. That won't be easy. You know what I mean? Like,
won't be easy. You're forgetting they dropped points at Fulham away when Reed scored that banger, bro. Absolute banger.
That was a banger,
yeah. Let me quickly go through Villa's, because these fixtures, I know ours aren't looking great, but I'm looking at the others and I'm telling you, those don't look straightforward.
Villa's got particularly tricky ones coming up as well. So
so Villa have got Wolves away, which is going to be a derby for them. This week Friday. Then you've got obviously Chelsea. That's midweek actually. That's going to be midweek for us as well. Yeah. Then they have Man United away. Not going to be easy for them. They've got West Ham at home. Like I've just said, the circumstances have now changed for West Ham. They've got Forest. The circumstances have changed for Forest. Yeah. They've got Sunderland. Bro, I'm telling you people, yes, our fixtures look hard too, but I'm looking at these other ones, AJ. These aren't straightforward, bro.
Yeah, they hard for different reasons. Like they got relegation, people fighting relegation, people, you know, just low blocks. So listen, bro, it's gonna be interesting. Like there was a chat, I think it was a super chat. Somebody said, we acting like they're gonna win all their games. We're not saying that. We just looking at Chelsea, what can we guarantee that we're gonna win 8 out of the next 12 games, the last 12 games? Can we guarantee that? No.
But AJ, that was another added added layer of frustration that they drop points on the weekend as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like
there we go. So we're doing the same
Not a bad
shit.
weekend.
exactly we're doing the same thing. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, they're opening the door. They've opened the door to us a couple of times this season. We haven't taken advantage of it. When they lost,
And
the
you would have been above
we didn't
them.
take advantage of it.
We would have been above them, bro. If we had
Exactly.
fucking
That's
beaten
the
Leeds
whole.
and Burnley.
They've done. We dropped 19 points. I'm not saying give us all those points back. If you just give us 9 of those points back, we're fine. Just give us 9 of those points back. And
We're
we'd be on
comfortably in
54
third.
right now.
We should comfortably be in third place right now.
No, 100%. 100%, man.
That's
People,
so-
we'll finish up there anyway. We'll finish up there. As always, make sure that you're checking out the sponsor, man. Jersey FC Soccer Shop. We got everyone that's been part of the show today. We've had over 200 people at one point. But yeah, like I said, the game's about to start in a bit. So we'll finish up there. I'm going to redirect to CB as well. Make sure that you're following AJ on TikTok every time, people. Make sure that you're following Winter Surfer. I'm sure he'll be back on the terrace for the match review, people. But yeah, I should be back. When am I going to be back on the channel?
Oh, you got a preview for Arsenal.
Thursday.
Preview for Arsenal.
Yeah, preview for Arsenal. I'll be back. And then obviously me, CB, on Thursday will most likely do something as well. And unless CB jumps on for the preview, then we'll probably do something separately as well. If anything drops beforehand, then obviously I'll speak about that too. But let's go watch this game, man. And yeah, go put a little Don Raid in CB's chat, people, in a bit. Bless. Love.